All right. If you guys would please open up your textbooks and we're going to turn to page 239. We're going to be turn to page 239 and we are looking at activity 5.3, calculating with map scales. All right. So I have a smaller down version of the map of the United States as shown, and a scale is included with our map. Now I went ahead and accidentally marked out 600 kilometers, but I want you guys to do not do that. I want you guys to leave it. But right here, right next to it, I'm going to have to use my whiteout to help fix this. I want you guys to write in 1 inch above the 600 miles because this here is our scale. So for every 600 miles we are traveling, it is going to be, or every inch on our map here is going to equate to 600 miles. All right, so we're going to determine the approximate distances between the locations. We're going to write the distance in miles and kilometers. We're just going to write it in miles. All right, so I'm going from Washington, D.C., all the way to San Francisco, California. Okay, so I'm going to start here. Now, I'm going to take my little handy-dandy ruler here, and I'm going to use the centimeter side. Now, when you are measuring with the ruler, we never start at the end. We're always going to start at the tick mark for the 0, and I'm going to start at Washington, D.C., and I'm going to go, okay, I got to back out, and I'm going to go all the way over to San Francisco. So let's start here at Washington, D.C., and I'm going to go all the way down to San Francisco. And I see that I'm like right about here. All right. So I've marked my ruler with my pen, which I can easily erase later. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in. Let's say, oh, that's better. Let's actually use the inches side, not the centimeters. My bad. All right. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to say I am at about 3 and 0.6 inches. All right, so that's about halfway, and I'm not to 0.75. So let's say I'm at about 3 inches. So I'm about 3.6 inches. So from Washington, D.C. to San Francisco, I am 3.6 inches. Now, I'm told that for every inch, I'm going to be in 600 miles. So I need to take 600 and I'm going to multiply it by 3.6 and I'm going to see how many miles did I travel in order to get to San Francisco. All right, 0, 0, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 2. And so it looks like in miles, I am 21,600 miles. 21,600 miles. All right, we need to go from Washington, D.C. to Seattle, Washington. All right, so Seattle, Washington, Washington, D.C. I am at 3.5 inches exactly. All right, so I'm at 3.5 inches exactly. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. So I would love for you guys to take a moment. So I'm going to stop and take a moment and let you guys solve 600 times 3.5. Okay, 600 times 3.5. All right, so, oh, I forgot my decimal, my bad. So it's actually there. I knew I was forgetting something. Okay, so and now I'm not 21,000, I'm 2,160 miles. 2,160 miles. I was wondering why that was way too big. All right, do not forget your decimal, just like Mrs. Bryan forgot her decimal. All right, 0, 0, and 30. Placeholder 0, 0, and 18. 0, 0, 0, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2. Decimal 2,100 miles. All right. Number 3, Washington, D.C. to your state capital. Well, we live in the beautiful state of Texas, and our state capital is Austin. So I'm going to go from Washington, D.C. to Austin. Let's start at Austin here. And then let's go to Washington, D.C. And based on my ruler, it looks like it's a good 2 inches. It is a good 2 inches. So 600 times 2, 12. I am 1,200 miles away from Washington, D.C. All right, we have 3 more. All right, number 4, Chicago, Illinois to LA. So I'm going to take my handy dandy ruler. I'm going to go to Chicago, Illinois to LA. So I've got my ruler on the inch from LA, and we're going to move it all the way over to, oh no, LA's down here, to Chicago. And I'm at about, let's see, that's 2.5, that's 2.6. I'm at about 2.6 inches again. All right, so LA to Chicago is 2.6 inches. Let's go ahead and measure number 5 so that way we don't have to keep flipping. Augusta, Maine to Austin, Texas. All right, so I'm flipping back over. So I'm going to go from Austin all the way up to Augusta, Maine. So Austin to Augusta, and it looks like I'm at about 3.8 inches. I'm at 3.8 inches. All right, please take a moment, and I would love for you guys to pause this video, and I want you guys to solve for number 4 and number 5 for me. All right, so 600 times 2.6, 0036. Placeholder 0012, 00651, 1 decimal place, 560 miles. And then 603.8, 0048, 0018, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 2 decimal place. All right. If you're just coming back, for number 4, you should have received 1,560 miles, roughly. And then for number 5, you should have received roughly 2,280 miles. All right. And then the last one, number 6, which is longer, 1 mile or a kilometer? And how can you tell? All right, so if I looked back here at my scale factor, okay, if I looked back at the little scaling that they gave me down here, I am told that 600 miles is longer than 600 kilometers because 600 kilometers is right here. All right, so according to my scale on the front, I know that miles is going to be longer than a kilometer. So based on my scale given, miles is longer than kilometers. Based on my scale, miles is longer than kilometers. If you guys have any questions, please let us know.